Hello, dear friends and 10th graders. I am Mo, one of your classmates, here to share with you important questions in Civics Class 10. This PPT is made by me only, and you should find the link to this in either the comments or the description. Through these questions, you will be able to revise the important topics from each chapter of Civics Class 10 in just a few minutes. Let's begin with chapter number 1, that is power sharing. Describe the ethnic composition of Belgium. Okay, so I have mentioned the amount of marks that you can gain per question across the question itself. Describe the ethnic composition of Belgium, 2 marks. Describe the ethnic composition of Sri Lanka, 2 marks. Why did tensions arise between the linguistic communities in Belgium, 2 marks. How did the Belgian leaders accommodate the problem of differences in their country? Explain the elements of the Belgian model of accommodation, 1 plus 4, that is 5 marks. Why did the feeling of alienation abruptly increase in the Tamils in Sri Lanka? What did they demand and what was the result? 2 plus 2 plus 1. Explain why is power sharing desirable, moral and prudential reasons, that is 2 plus 2. Explain the differences between the horizontal and vertical forms of power sharing in detail, 5 marks. How does power sharing between political parties and pressure groups strengthen the democracy in our country, 3 marks. Moving on further to chapter number 2, that is federalism. Differentiate between unitary and federal form of governments, 2 marks. Explain the main features of federalism, 5 marks. What are the two objectives of a federalism? Thus, what are the two aspects needed for them to be practiced? 1 plus 2, that is 3 marks. What makes India a federal country? A very important question for 5 marks. Write a short note on linguistic states in India and language policy of India, 3 marks each. How has the restructuring of center state relations in our country helped redirect and strengthen our democracy? 5 marks. What is decentralization? What is the basic idea behind it? 1 plus 2, 3 marks. A major step towards decentralization was taken in 1992. Write down the 5 provisions of this change, 5 marks. What are the problems faced by rural local governments in our country? 3 marks. Explain in brief the system of Panchayati Raj or rural local governments in India, 4 marks. Explain in brief the system of urban local governments in India, 2 marks. What do you know about, 2 marks each, residuary subjects, reasons due to which Belgium shifted from a unitary to federal form of government, and success of federalism in India? Moving on further to chapter number 3, gender, religion, and caste. How is sexual division of labor reflected in our daily lives? 3 marks. What are feminist movements? How has their arousal led to a betterment in women's life? 2 plus 3, that is 5 marks. Explain the various ways in which women face disadvantages and discrimination in our country. 5 marks. In India, the proportion of women in legislature has been very low. Justify the statement by giving 3 suitable arguments. 3 marks. What has the Panchayati Raj and the state assemblies done in India to ensure a fair women's participation in politics? 2 plus 2. The religious differences are often expressed in the field of politics. Give any 3 examples. 3 marks. The relationship between religion and politics do not seem very wrong. Why do we say so? 3 marks. What do we mean by the term communal politics? What does it bring along, thus making the problem more acute? 1 plus 2. Why do we say that the principle of communal politics is flawed? 3 marks. Explain it in detail the various forms of communalism that can take in politics. 5 marks. Why did the makers of a constitution choose the model of a secular state for India? Which constitutional provisions reflect this choice? 1 plus 4, that is 5 marks. Caste division is unique to India. Elaborate. 5 marks. The old notions of caste hierarchy are breaking down in a country. Examine how. 3 marks. Why is there a disproportionately large presence of upper caste among the urban middle classes in India? 3 marks. Explain the 3 forms that caste can take in politics. 3 marks. Elections are all about caste and nothing else. Give any 3 arguments in opposition to of this statement. 3 marks. How is caste getting politicized in a country? 3 marks. The next chapter, chapter number 4, is political parties. What is a political party? Mention its 3 characteristics. What are its components? 1 plus 2 plus 2, that is 5 marks. Mention any 5 functions of political parties, 5 marks. What do you mean by opposition parties? Explain their role in contrast to the ruling party, 1 plus 2. Why do we have political parties become a necessity for the contemporary democracy? 3 marks. Explain the following with an example each. One party, two party, and multi party system, 2 marks each. Write one advantage and one disadvantage of the multi party system, 2 marks. Why has India evolved a multi party system? A very important question, 2 marks. What do you mean by an alliance? 2 marks. Define the following and explain the necessary conditions for them. National, state, and recognized party, 2 marks each. Name the 6 recognized national parties in a country, 2 marks. The lack of internal democracy within parties is one of the major challenges to them, rather, 3 marks. Dynastic succession proves to be a hindrance to political parties. Justify, 3 marks. The growing role of money and muscle power is indeed harmful for both the parties and the democracy. Examine in brief, 3 marks. In recent years, there has been a decline in the ideological differences among parties in most parts of the world. Explain with an example, 2 plus 1. Mention some recent efforts in a country to reform political parties and its leaders, 3 marks. Explain in brief any 3 suggestions that, when implemented, can reform political parties, 3 marks. How is the role of the people significant in reforming political parties in their own way, 3 marks. Now, the last chapter, chapter number 5, Outcomes of Democracy. Why do you feel that democracy is a better form of government? 5 marks. Write any 4 characteristics of a democracy. 2 marks. Democracy can only create conditions for achieving something. Justify. 2 marks. How does democracy produce an accountable, responsive, and legitimate government? 5 marks. What do you mean by transparency? 2 marks. On what grounds do you think democracy do not have a very good record in practice? 5 marks. Democracy's ability to generate its own support is itself an outcome that cannot be ignored. Examine the statement. 3 marks. We cannot say that democracy is a guarantee of economic development. Why? 3 marks. Explain how do we still find economic inequalities? 3 marks. Write down the 2 conditions a democracy must fulfill in order to achieve accommodation of social diversity. 2 marks. The passion for respect and freedom are the basis of democracy. Justify. 2 marks. The fact that people are complaining itself is a testimony to the success of democracy. Examine this line in about 5 pointers, 5 marks. So, with this, we have completed the whole civics book in some of the important topics and important questions. You must revise these questions before the board exam, and so will I. Thank you so much.